Hi there. What are you doing?
Joe.
Oi, get out of there, I've just flattened that. Finished my fence, guys. So I thought, next project, fire pit. I've been digging all day. It's about the size of a tractor wheel. I'm just doing the drainage at the moment. I need a soak away because the soil's quite clayey around here. So I'm going to dig a nice deep soak away, probably about 1.5 meters, close to, see how far I can go before I hit China. And then get some more blocks. I don't know, I'm just going to see how it goes along the way. Anyway, project. That's a fire pit. So what I've done here is I have dug this bed down. I've dug a channel down at about 45-degree angle. This is all very clayey soil, so I want to be extra cautious by giving it a nice steep channel. At the end where that gravel ends, I've dug a hole about 7 inches in diameter, and it goes down probably about another metre below there, maybe a bit more. So it's about 1.5 meters to the surface, if not a little bit more. I then packed that with hardcore. I've put above that inlet for my natural sort of water escape, I've put a drain pipe with like a fabricated wire mesh end on it. It starts about here. I'm not convinced that the heat is going to melt the plastic pipe, but if it does, it does. Because I've got that shelf and I've got adequate drainage there with shingle and that little sumpy pit runaway, that's all I'm going to need. So the next thing is I'm going to build this bit up to about a 45-degree angle so I can fit this contraption that I've made in there. It's going to come down and enter the bottom end of the pit, act as like a little breather for the fire, so it will get rid of smoke first of all, and second of all it's going to add oxygen to the base of the fire, which is what we want in a fire pit that is dug into the ground. Materials wise, these aren't the best things to be using. This is one that's cracked already. I've used it as the outskirts of a barbecue for a few months. It has had a fair few barbecues in it, but you know, that's going to crack soon, so I'm going to try and make it, it's relatively as temporary as it can be. I might end up pointing the edge stones to the brickwork, but to lose the pointing, and the pointing's going to crack anyway. Nothing's going to be fireproof, and even if you buy the fireproof product, nothing is 100% fireproof, I'm sure. So so this is made out of scrap. A lot of people leave a lot of shit around my house, as you can see, and possession is 9/10 the law, so this is mine now. It's a hollow, nice hard tube. So I've taken some brackets and stuff and I just screwed it all the way around and made it a longer piece because that one section wasn't long enough. I don't mind about the gaps, it doesn't need welding because if a bit of water gets in there, not a problem, it'll drain out the bottom anyway, and it's nice and big enough anyway to let a lot of air flow in. So I've just found loads of crappy stuff to reinforce it, and I'm going to put that in, cut it to length. I'm going to have to grind it at an angle to make sure that it sits flush with the surface of the, well, whatever surface I have. I don't know if it's going to be patio or lawn at the moment. I'm just sick of digging, to be quite honest with you. So I've put this in place, that's the idea. The air inlet will come in here. I'll cut this off flush with the ground and it will go into the base, and I'm going to backfill this with stone underneath and then soil. I can't imagine that with this clayey soil, it might get hot, but I don't think it's going to get hot up this end, and I'm still going to protect the surface of it anyway by putting a slab on top, maybe with a little couple of feet on it or something, so that it lets the air flow in. Anyway, that's a little bit down the line, but I'm bored of the fire pit now, so Mercy girl, you get the walkies. Oh, it's a Mercy girl. Nipples? Oh, it's a Mercy girl. Daddy heaven. So that's quite a modest size in the end. The outer ring, which is where I want to put some paving slabs, is probably the outside of a tractor tyre, and then that's probably about the end is up the size of the hubcap. Okay, next step. So I've got my ring. I've cut this down to length. I'm going to have it protruding at the top, otherwise there's no point in having it. So it might become a trip hazard, but only to the people I don't like. So I've just put a bed of stones underneath there. I'm going to fill all of this up with soil now, so it will come up to about here, so this bit will be protruding, but I can make something around it, or I'm sure I'll hide it somehow. So here we go. I've packed soil in behind. I've put a 2-inch layer of sand on top, and I'm now trying to think about the decoration that I want around the top. I've got loads of these bricks that are on the way out, and I like recycling things as much as I can, so I'm thinking roughly something like that maybe. I've pointed the front edges of these as well, and I did the same for the other side on the outside edges before I filled it all in with soil. So here we have the maiden voyage of the fire pit. Filled it full of cardboard, a bit of woof. I like the action as well, yeah. Don't shed no tears, don't shed no hair, no woman, no cry.